The full scale and horror of the two powerful earthquakes which hit Turkey and northern Syria became clearer today. More than 6,000 people are now reported dead, and it's feared that that number will rise significantly. Hundreds of thousands have been displaced from their homes, taking shelter wherever they can. Authorities have rescued more than 8,000 people so far from collapsed buildings in Turkey. Their work hampered by freezing conditions and the struggle to get help to the right places, a situation which has been echoed in northern Syria, where aid was stopped from getting through. We'll have the latest from there in just a moment. But first, our correspondent Emma Murphy reports from southern Turkey.
24 hours on and a bleak dawn in Adana. The dark of the night fading to reveal scenes of the darkest human experience. Daybreak brought some hope and much horror. The light failing to banish the nightmare that's befallen the people of this broken city. My sister, brother-in-law and disabled nephew lived on the 10th floor, this woman told me, and no one is here to properly help search. There is growing frustration that trained search teams have not yet made it here. They will come, but that matters little when you know those that you love are beneath the rubble. No one was here last night. The government workers went home, this man shouted. They just left us.
2
hours away in the city of Iskenderun, the search for the living and the recovery of the dead was also down to the efforts of those untrained in such dreadful work. With only the bedsheets in which they'd slept to protect the dignity of those who perished, they carried body after body away. The final loss of hope, almost too much for those who survived to accept. Dad, maybe he's still alive. Check his pulse, this daughter begs. Maybe he needs resuscitation. There aren't enough stretchers now to bring the dead from their temporary graves.
In some parts of these buildings, they're finding so many bodies, they're having to take them out in the buckets of the diggers that are used to move away the rubble. People who lived their lives here being removed like this as their families watch on.
Throughout the wreckage, the trappings of those lives remind of what's been lost. The keys still in a locked door. When they were last turned, they offered a protection against a different threat, but no protection against the threat that was coming. Others gathered what memories they could, salvaged photographs of different times. For some, the scenes they witnessed trigger memories they thought they'd left behind. Mohammed told me his home now looks like the one he fled in Aleppo. In this home, his brother was killed and his parents injured. We fled the war. If there was no war, we'd still be in Syria. The war is death, and the death followed us here. Death reaches us everywhere. There have been rescues, even now, despite the cold. A lucky few being saved. She's stunned and disorientated, but alive. What joy for families and the rescue teams to save lives, some respite in this bitter winter tragedy. However, such relief is in short supply. Aftershocks continue and damaged buildings still fall, adding to the fear of so many here who no longer trust the land that they live on. Emma Murphy, ITV News, Adana, southern Turkey.